Well, we're thankful that you could join us once again for another recording of events that are taking place here in Israel. And I'm very honored to be with Gilad Ach of Adkan. And Adkan is a very unique and specialized type of service that is taking place here in Israel that is countering the BDS and the discrimination against the Jewish people in a very unique and interesting way. And so, Gilad, it's an honor to be with you. And I'm wanting you to take the liberty and share with our audience that are listening and wanting to learn about what is needed in Israel to help reach Jewish restoration and sovereignty. Now, you've undertaken a very unique approach with your work of Adkan, but before you explain what Adkan's really all about, why don't you tell our audience what was it that motivated you to start and move in this direction with Adkan?
All right. So hello everyone. I was an officer in the IDF something like six years in the Golani Brigade, and when I finished my army, my big brother died because he was diving in the Kishon River that was very, very polluted. Actually, he died and all his team from the Commando Marine, Navy SEALs. And we started to establish an Amuta organization, NGO, to film all the hazard ecological. You know,
the environmental pollution and things that's coming from the Arabs. This isn't a Jewish problem so much that they're creating, but the Arabs are creating an environmental problem for the Jewish people.
Yes, actually we have two economical states here. And one is in very high level and the other is very down level. So we start to do the film and to show to the people in Israel and to the court who do the hazard and how it's going. And because we are a lot of time in the field, we started to understand that the most of the thing happened here in Judah and Samaria. Because we don't have here Ribonut.
We don't have sovereignty, and because of the lack of sovereignty, what is the problem that this creates for our audience? They don't understand.
The police don't work very hard here because this is civil issues. So the army work against the terrorists, but what that's not about terror, no one do nothing.
No, the army's not trained to look after civil engineering and pollution and water and infrastructure. So that's one of the reasons why sovereignty is so important and why the lack of sovereignty in Judea and Samaria is creating horrendous environmental problems. So yeah, that's interesting.
Actually, in this issue, it's like anarchy, you know.
Anarchy. Anybody does what they want to do.
Exactly. So we go a lot in. After people that do pollution here in Judah and Samaria, and what we see that the pollution is one of the problem, but we have another problem that I don't see in the army. A lot of activists that came from United States, from Europe, from a lot of countries that not connect us, but they came.
What kind of activists are you talking about?
They came and struggled against the army.
So these are activists from Europe and America and Canada that are against the Israeli army.
Anti-Zionist organization.
Anti-Zionist, oh my.
They sent people here, you know, they came from Europe to Judah and Samaria, something like 1 month, 3 months, something like this. They hit Israel very hard, and they even don't say the name Israel. They say 1948. This like this they react to us. And when you are a soldier and you have a weapon and you have all the equipment, but you can't do nothing if lawyer come against you with the film and give you, you know, and do to you so much problem. We are not police, we are soldier, and we have the, let's say, the certificate to go against the terror. But this is not hard terror by definition.
No, it's not.
This is civil, you know.
Civil problems, yeah, but very dangerous.
They attacked you, and their goal is to take the picture, to take the film, and to put it all over the world how the Israeli soldier act. After hours by hours, they are attacked the soldier, you know, crying and yelling and hitting also. When the one soldier react, they took the film, the short film, and publicized this all over the world.
Yeah, and we've seen the video that went viral of that Tahini girl that slapped the Israeli soldier, which you'd never have that in any other country, in any other army, and yet the Israeli army soldier just stood there. So this is the kind of problem.
When you are a soldier, you have two options. One, in this kind of case, one is to hit her again, and the second is not do nothing. If you hit, you have so many lawyers that came from a lot of organization that attacked you by the court, in the court, and the army not help you.
No.
Not help you. You are alone with your family in the court against a lot of organization with a lot of money and a lot of activists, and this is, this is reality that I don't know what I was in the army. I know another reality, when in the first of 2000, תחילת שנות 2000.
Intifada?
Yes.
2000 Intifada, you were fighting in that?
Yes, everything was very, very clear. Yeah. You have the terrorist, you have the soldier, you have the מתיישבים,
right, and
you need to protect them.
Yeah.
And I worked like this in the army 6 years, also in Lebanon, also in Gaza, also here in the West Bank or Samaria Mountain, and now it's another war. It's a media war, is what it is. It's war about how they think about Israel. It's war about the legitimation,
delegitimizing Israel.
Yes, the legitimation of the Jewish country, actually. And the soldiers don't have the way to fight.
They're not trained for that. They don't have the tools for that.
So when we saw it time after time, we decided to build another organization. Not just about the ecological thing, also to fighting in this anti-Israeli organization. And what we do, in the beginning we just filmed them, but we saw it's not so help. So we took people that look like, Christian and look like European and look like people that came from United States and put them inside the organization.
Okay.
And they
interesting.
And they start to work inside, not for one time or two times, for a year, 2 years, 3 years, something like this, and start to be a senior inside the organization. And we saw so much problematic thing. One of the things that we saw, that the organization very, very cooperated with the PA, with the Palestinian Authority, but not just with the administration there, with the security forces there. And when you say the security forces of the Palestinian Authority, it's not like police in, let's say, France or United States.
Right.
They are killer. They kill people that not in the same line with Abu Mazen, with Arafat. And because they are very, very cooperated with this radical left organization or with anti-Israeli organization, they give them order what to do. Also give them money. But we do everything on camera. Each person that came from Adkan to this organization, he came with hiding camera inside his body, and we have every day from the people work something like 9 hours of video. So we have everything on video, and we have here in the office a department of research, people that came from the army and know to do the research in the media and everything. So we built organization. They have the research in the office and have the intelligence from the field. So in these two hands, we understand the big of the phenomena that we have. So many organizations and so much money and so many cooperated with government from Europe, with also with Catholic Christian church.
Yes, well, we know what World Vision supports, and if you give money to World Vision, they won't give it into Jewish homes and Jewish needs of orphans and so forth like that. So,
and also with terror organization like PFLP, החזית העממית, that give money to this operation, and together they came to attack the legitimation of the First of all, the Jewish in Judah and Samaria, and second, the Jewish country.
So really, as you've explained to us, it was first and foremost the loss of your brother because of the pollution that was coming out of the Arab communities that were not monitored, that were not being controlled because of the lack of sovereignty. The areas of Judea and Samaria are under military governance. They are not under the civil governance of the Israel state. And so for that reason, the army is not in charge and doesn't really have the tools nor the expertise to do the civil engineering for these things. So because of that, then you wanted to launch into documenting this pollution. And then you found out that it grew into something more. So that is tremendously interesting, and I know that there's more to tell. So you have to stay tuned and catch us on the next segment of how Gilad is going to tell us about some of the operations that they've done that have uncovered Arab environmental terrorism, as well as the delegitimization of the state of Israel undercover, and learn what the techniques are to be able to turn this around and be able to spare the Jewish people, and hopefully will bring sovereignty. Thank you.